Today we're rating Saviors of Kamigawa, the third and final chapter of the Kamigawa saga. Until they came up with Neon Dynasty. Alright, I'm gonna start off with Kami of the Crescent Moon. Very fitting name because it's sort of mooning us, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say, fellas? It's a blue 1/3 spirit creature. It's legendary. And at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws a card. It's effectively Howling Moon for a blue creature. You can also make it your commander. Everyone draws cards. Unique ability. You have it in the form of a creature. I think that is a super huge win. Also, I like the value. He's a lot like me, that masterless little Kami, unimpressed with grandeur and never at a loss for a trick. Also, never remembers to leave without their bathing suit, you know what I mean? Kami is my favorite mono blue commander. Oh my goodness. How do you win? Making them draw themselves to death, effectively. All right, let's go. Oh my god. Is this the set with one with nothing? One with nothing. I have something to say about this card. This card does nothing. It's a black instant. Discard your hand. It's not really worth anything either, because even though you discard it, okay, now what? What's plan? Okay, what now what, boss? Well, I don't know. Apparently, we're supposed to win from here. You know, discarding your hand, it's a real powerful thing. There's like nothing else that can do that for 1 mana at instant speed. If it just said like draw a card, it probably would be just absolutely broken and, you know, variety of dredge decks. But I mean, it doesn't. You just discard your hand. You got to wait next turn to do anything. And you also might have discarded too many lands at that point. It's of absolute no use to you on turn 1 anyway. So far, no one has found out how to break it. I don't even know if there ever will come a time. I mean, it's a unique effect, so one day maybe this will be playable. But it is 2024, and this card is still a nothing burger. Absolutely nothing. Oh, we have no... Oh, no! How did we start this without music? I'll be there in a second. We're going to get the music. The music, it's back. All right. Sorry about that. This show is nothing without its music. Correction, it's nothing without you guys. All right, Steve Cooper with the Choice of Damnations. Choice of Damnations. It is a black 5 generic guy hugging some big pot. And there's a bunch of bugs everywhere. It's a sorcery, an arcane. Target opponent chooses a number. You may have that player lose that much life. If you don't, that player sacrifices all but that many permanents. How does this card work? Target opponent chooses a number. You can have them gain that much life. If you don't, that player sacrifices all but that. Oh, I get it. So, like, if I have 10 permanents in play, I might want to say 10. But I don't get the... Where's the downside? How do you get somebody with this card? Target opponent chooses a number. You may have that player lose that... Oh, they lose that much life. Okay, if I want to not gain, they'll lose. Okay, so that's a different thing. I'll lose life. I can't choose too high. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself by accident. Yeah, okay, so if I have 10 permanents, I might want to say 10, but I gotta make sure I can pay the Choice of Damnation tax. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. By the way, one of my favorite brands in the United States is the unsweetened Pure Life no sugar iced tea. My absolute favorite one was the one with the lemon. I had my parents bring me a bunch of these back from the United States. We have some in Canada, but not all the flavors, and certainly not the unsweetened ones. We don't even know what unsweetened tea is in Canada. Canada is just diabetes city. You can't buy a drink unless it comes with diabetes. Okay, we got Radio Peers. Thank you very much for your super chats. Sakashima. By the way, I think this... Oh, I didn't even rate this card. I don't know. I think it sucks. Okay. We got Sakashima the Imposter. That's an oldie. Okay, we got a blue, 2 generic, 3/1 human rogue. Very unique ability. Because when it comes into play, you can choose a creature in play. Any creature. But if you do, Sakashima comes into play as a copy of that creature. Except its name is still Sakashima the Imposter. It's still legendary and gains blue, 2 generic. Returns Sakashima the Imposter to its owner's hand at end of turn. So you got like the ability to reclone things over and over again. Is a strictly better clone than clone. Well, I mean, it costs like 1 blue mana to have the ability to bounce itself over and over again. And on top of that, you can copy legendary creatures, right? Hold on. It's still legendary, but it's a different name than the other creature. If I understand correctly, we can copy other legendary creatures with this, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? I've never played with Sakashima. I'm just reading this off the face of it. I'm assuming we can copy other things. Because it's a legendary creature, but it's not the same name. Because we are the Imposter! Ah, I don't have those Among Us sound effects. It's the perfect moment for it. Send this Imposter out the airlock, but otherwise it is a great card. Love the card. Jess is like, I think you are right. I also think I am right. I hope I'm right. Otherwise I'm screwed. Someone's gonna yell at me in the comments section. They always do. King Jinder with Twin Cast. We get to play two spells at the same time, man. Blue instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. You counterspell me. I counterspell you. Actually, a cool ability is that you can we don't redirect things, but you can copy someone's super cool big spell. Oh, they spent 10 mana on their spell. Well, I'm gonna only spend 2. That is good value. This is an amazing card. Twin Cast, really fun card. Especially, this is a great card. Yeah, we got Sakashima the Imposter, Twin Cast. I'm just gonna copy everything you do. I'm your greatest fan. This is Stalker the deck. Copy everything that you're doing. The Jaded with Ideas Unbound. Is that a broken card? If I remember, this is broken in Commander. It's a blue, draw 3 cards, discard 3 cards at end of turn. Oh no, it's not this. It's good card. It's anyway, it's a good card. It's good for digging. You dig, you loot. You're gonna get deep into your deck. But you get to. I mean, if you have enough mana, you can draw the 3 cards and then just play all of them, and then you have nothing left in your hand. This is one of the more stronger draw effects in the game. Okay, we got Alpha Nerd with Enduring Idea. Ideal. This is a white 5 generic sorcery. Search your library for an enchantment card and put it into play. Then shuffle your library. It's got epic, though. For the rest of the game, you can't play spells, but at the beginning of each of your upkeeps, copy this spell except for its epic ability. Yeah, so basically you just get this card you don't need any more cards for the rest of the game. You just have this thing. You basically put an enchantment from your deck onto the battlefield. It's a little chunky on the mana cost, but it's very good. Very strong card. Enchantment decks, that's like a staple. It's like, if you're playing an enchantment deck, 101, you got to put your Enduring Ideal in there. Happy New Year, Trevor Ho. Oh, Sakura Tribe Scout is from this set. Sakura Tribe Scout. Okay, we have a green 1/1. Snake Shaman Scout. Tap, put a land card from your hand into play. Can't remember what decks play this type of card. Like, it's a weird sort of ramp. Oh, but there's like a really busted deck that plays this. But I don't remember. It's this card too. Oh well. You put those lines directly into play. Nate with Dense Can. Anyway, this card is a weird mana dork type of card, but it's good. Dense Canopy. This is a green 1 generic enchantment. Creatures with flying can't block. Creatures without flying. Oh, so basically nobody blocks anybody. Yeah, creatures with flying can't block. Oh no, it's reverse flying. We did the reversey on them. All of a sudden, no, you thought you could block us? No, you can't. You can't block us at all. It's like we're the ones who are flying. You're not. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. Like if you're in the trenches in the bush or something, like what are the flyers gonna do? They're gonna do absolutely squadoosh. Fantastic card. Little narrow. Like I wouldn't play this personally, but it's very unique, and I can see the application to this damn thing. Alpha Nerd with Kataki's War's Wage. That's a beating of a card. It's wars wage. Thank God I know. Fun versus artifacts. Well, not fun for the people playing artifacts. So a white 1 generic 2/1 spirit. All artifacts have at the beginning of your upkeep. It basically gives like upkeep of 1 to everything. You don't pay the upkeep, you lose it. You don't pay. You got to pay up artifacts. It's not a free ride anymore. Before the war, we prayed to the Kataki to sharpen our swords and harden our armor. Without his blessing, our weapons are all but useless against the Kami hordes. You know, this was the beginning of the end of the artifacts. Did they get this in time? I think this was before Mirrodin. Like those Mirrodin sets. Yeah, I think it was. But I don't know if it was enough help. It would require a lot more artifact hate in the future to hold back the artifact army. Erwin Lopez says like whiskey and MTG. This is tea. I swear it's ice. It's not well, it's not iced tea. It's room temperature tea. Pure leaf. Very American brand. I'm assuming it's from America. Could be from Europe for all I know. Where does this stuff come from? No sugar added. You guys are sweet enough for me. Okay, next up, we've got Tyler with the Ebony Owl. 2 mana artifact. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 7 or more cards in hand, Ebony Owl Netsuke deals 4 damage to him or her. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Oh, it's like it's a rack card. So if that player has 7 or more... Oh, that's a lot of cards, though. If that player has 7 or more cards in hand... Like, how often are you going to have 7 cards? Like, basically never. This is terrible. This is an awful card. Yeah, it's like literally... Can it do anything? I mean, I guess you can play, like, I don't know, Forced Fruition with this to give your opponent some chance of having a full hand. But other than that, like, you know, we're going to play our land drops. We're going to play our creatures. No one's going to play not creatures. Who's going to not play their lands and other spells? The U in Netsuke is silent. Netsuke? Oh, I get it. Like, yeah, that sounds very Japanese. Netsuke. I can hear it already. Anyway, Alpha Nerd. Michiko, Konda Truth Seeker. This is a white 3 generic 2/2 human advisor. Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, that player sacrifices a creature. I advise you to sack your creature. That actually makes no sense. How am I advising my opponent to make the wrong move after they attacked me? Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, that player... This is insane! Sorry, hold on. It's not a creature. It's a permanent. Oh my god, this card is actually broken. So basically, nobody wants... Does it count each creature as a separate source? Yeah, it has to. So basically, every single time you attack or deal damage or anything, you gotta sack something. This is absolutely brutal to play against. I never heard of it. Now, the only downside is you have to be in mono white, which is good these days. Do you know what? Mono white in 2024, pretty strong. They're giving all the cards to mono white these days. I have that lady in my mono white deck. I know, well, it has to be mono white. I guess you could throw it into like an Azorius deck or something. Welcome, Mr. DJ Longhair. I am up late. Okay, we got Jess with Celestial Kieran, which is a white 2 generic 3/3 Kieran? So not Kithkin. We got a Kieran Spirit flying. Whenever you play a Spirit or Arcane spell, destroy all permanents with that spell's converted mana cost. It's probably not broken. I have to play but it's a spirit. I can play spirits, destroy all permanents with that spell's converted mana cost. Did it say cast? Yeah, it is cast. So I can play a 3 mana card. It's been errated to cast. Play a 3 mana card, blow up all 3 mana cards. I get to keep my 3 mana card. That is a deal that everyone should be afraid of. Does that include lands? Oh, good question. Destroy all permanents. Yes! You play Memnite and it's all over. 0 mana will destroy all lands. This card isn't very expensive. It's 4 mana. It's 4 mana for this. You can go 4 mana, Celestial Kirin, Memnite, GG. All permanents. It's basically, I guess they balanced it like that. They made sure that if Armageddon's gonna happen, it's gonna happen for the same 4 mana, effectively. Why did Arcane were created for? I have no idea. It's not a very, I guess it was an easier mechanic to play back in the day. Certainly doesn't do very well. Do you cast lands? No, you play lands. Good question. Very, very, very good question. We have done Enduring Ideal. It has not been... We haven't gotten that deep into the show, but we have done Enduring Ideal. Did we just do this one? Was that copied? Did you get sniped right before the super chatter right before you? Yeah, you did. Alpha Nerd got that one right before you, Atako Meta. Thank you very much for your super chat, though. If you have another one, I'll do it. Otherwise, we give the super chats, if they get sniped by accident, to other people. Okay, let's look at Xavier. Did Saviors of Kamigawa printed the first Epic cards? Talking about Epic fail design. Epic fail design, you say? Is that the first snipe of the year? Maybe. Could be. It's really possible. Okay, Kitsune Bone Setter. Kitsune Bone Setter. From Kinkon. Okay, we got a white 2 generic 0/1 Fox Cleric. Looks like the Wandering one, in my opinion. Tap, prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. Plays ability only if you have more cards in hand than each opponent. 3. You have Healing Salve. 4 creatures if you are not playing your cards. This card is absolute garbage. Stone Cold Trash. It's 10 cents. Deserves to be 2 cents, in my opinion. Kennard with, Oh, I love your avatar. In case of fire, use stairs. Yeah, use the stairs to put out the fire. Okay, just cast Amarthus for 0 with Celestial Kirin to blow up lands as well. You could do that as well. Pithing Needle is probably the most iconic card. Really? This is the birth of Pithing Needle? I don't know if it's the most iconic. There's a lot of good... There are a lot of iconic cards from the set. I mean, back then... Sets came out with massive bangers and a lot of garbage. These days, like, there's almost no garbage coming out of the set. It's like all less draft shaft than ever before. We got 1-mana artifact, comes into play, name a card. Activated abilities of the name card can't be played unless they're mana abilities. Judge, I can do that, right? I can do that? Yep. Okay, Pithing Needle, name Birds of Paradise. And then your opponent's like, what? Okay, I guess I won't tap this Birds of Paradise. Even though it could be tapped. Okay, Pithing Needle is great, but I don't even sideboard and Explorer anymore. Not anymore, oh no. Pithing Needle is still a great card. It still can be found off of Urza Saga. Pretty staple, like, competitive card. I would not be surprised if this should just be a commander staple. Like, if everyone has Soul Ring, you have no Soul Ring, and you're jealous of everyone's Soul Ring, you slam down the Pithing Needle, you name Soul Ring. Wait a minute, does it work on Soul Ring? No, it doesn't work on Soul Ring. Comes to play, activate unless they're mana. Damn it, it doesn't work on Soul Ring. Can I last, 30 seconds without making a complete moron of myself? Then what can I use this on in Commander? Anything? I guess Planeswalkers? I guess they're going to hit the Planeswalkers. Okay, Ale Lion, you clicked on my Mind Cage. Mishin condemns you. What the hell is that? Mind Cage? Is that a real card? It is! It's also... It's Mishin the Mind Cage. It's a brain, but it's a maze. How we get in, how we get out. Blue, 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 4 generic, legendary enchantment. All creatures get -X, -0, where X is the number of cards in your hand. You know what? Maybe it's not that bad. It's really expensive, but if you can keep your hand at 7, it's basically like just turns everything into a 0-power creature, right? I mean, in theory, in the right scenario, it could be stronger than Humility. All right, maybe I was a little too harsh on that. Yeah, it's amazing. We're starting out the 2024 with all the puns. All the puns. Okay, next we got King Ginger with a super chat. For the Trump fans, MAGA, Traitor of Mortals. Is there literally a card called MAGA? Traitor! We do have, there is a card called MAGA. It's mono black though. You would think it would be Jeskai. Oh, where's my... We're gonna keep the puns rolling. Alright, we got a black X00 human wizard. MAGA, Traitor of Mortals, comes into play with X+1/+1 counters on it. When MAGA comes into play, target player loses life equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. It's very expensive. I mean, hold on, target only one player. So infinite mana again can like kill someone in one shot. So it's got that going for it. But other than that, it's really clunky. Like, it's super clunky. You have to pay at least 3. Like, I'm just trying to think. I need to spend like 6 mana just to lightning bolt someone and have a damn, like, elephant bear looking type of creatures in play. Not in love with it. But I will admit that, you know, if you have infinite mana, you can one-shot kill someone with this thing. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, America! There's a very American card. Suck the life out of somebody. I think the card is good due to Heartbeat of the Spring. What is Heartbeat of the Spring? Arethusa. Heartbeat of the Spring. I don't even know what that is. Something, heartbeat of something. Heartbeat of Spring. Aha. Heartbeat of Spring. Which was originally from Champions of Kamigawa. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana. Oh, I see. So it could combo with it at that time. But it's not part of the show. Okay, next up we've got Steve Cooper with Pick the Needle came from this set. Oh, God. Oh, the poor soul. You got sniped, Steve Cooper. Oh my God, everyone's going to be sniping each other over here. Okay, it's probably going to be a lot. These are small. I notice that the rate of sniping goes up when there is very, very small sets. Let's give Hinaria freed from the real. Isn't it R-E-E? Oh no, it is freed from the actual real. Okay, we got a blue 1 generic enchant creature. Pay blue, tap enchanted creature. Pay blue, untap enchanted creature. Either way, you're gonna get what you want. And also, if the thing taps for mana or can untap for mana, don't you do this infinite times? So untap for mana, pay a blue, tap enchanted creature, untap it. Yeah, you get one or the other. Although it doesn't really go anywhere. I guess if you have a creature that can tap for 2 mana, then that's good. Then we're netting mana around here. I'm sure it's a combo card. I'm sure that thing is good value. Jaded asks, what was that popper combo again? You asking me? God if I know. Not to mention, this is like not a good popper combo. There are popper combos, but you know, this is like a mediocre popper combo. There's only 165 cards in this set, but they're all worth gold. Okay, we got, let's go with Jackson. Pure Leaf, Subtlety, Sweet Lemon is the best. I know! That is my favorite too, with a sugarless with the lemon, but my parents couldn't find it. It was like sold out at the time. I know. Okay, Gillen, what do you have? Charge across the Araba? Charge across the Araba. Which is a white 4 generic arcane instant with sweep. Return any number of planes you control to their owner's hands. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each planes returned this way. Return any number of planes you control to their owner's hands. But only ones I control. Creatures so basically, okay, before I go for the victory, I like bounce, go boing to all my planes, and then like buff everything up. If this doesn't work, you're screwed. Also, really all-in strategy. You better have a lot of creatures in play. Like, maybe, I guess this is good in like, what's it called? If you're a massive token deck, so you have like 1 billion tokens in play. Yeah, do you know what? Maybe this can work in tokens. I take it back. It's probably a good token card. You make the millions of like 1/1s, but how are you going to get it through the damage? Well, you sweep up 5 lands and give everything +5/+5. Okay, next up we got Alpha Nerds. Cut the Earthly Bond. Good card. Earthly Bond. This is a blue instant arcane. Return target enchanted permanent to its owner's hand. This is very narrow. This is terrible. I have nothing else to say. This is like, you know what? People even play unsummon these days. Forget cut the Earthly Bond. I need to wait for this thing to be enchanted. And then these days, you don't even put an enchantment on it unless it's like a Bogle with hexproof. So you can't even target that. Target enchanted permanent. I guess you can bounce a land, maybe. Okay, we got Ale Lion with the Wine of Blood. They say some say water can be turned into wine. Well, what if wine gets turned into blood? Let's see that. Has anyone seen that happen? Okay, we have a 3-mana artifact. Pay 4. Target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. Sacrifice 1 of blood and iron at end of turn. Oh god, that's terrible. So this is just a one-time double damage deal, and then that's it. You blow your load and it blows itself up. It's the Wine of Blood and iron. Ew, it's gonna be some iron in that blood, I guess. Next up, we'll take Toads' Oboro. I am a complete expert on Oboro, Palace in the Clouds. I know everything about this card. It is a legendary land. You tap to add a blue mana to your mana pool. You can also pay 1, return Oboro Palace in the Clouds to its owner's hand. Why is it $37? And why was it like close to $100 at one point? There are a few reasons. First, landfall players. They're everywhere. They are the most gimmicky players on the face of the earth. And if there is something that guarantees your land drop every single turn, it's going to be Oboro Palace in the Clouds. Now get this. Merfolk players like this card. It's a land that doesn't get hit by boil or choke. You can also return it back to your hand and filter it with colorless lands. So if you're playing like, I don't know, Blast Zone, Mutavault, what you can do is you can tap Oboro for a blue, then pay with a colorless mana to return Oboro back to your hand. Replay Oboro. Tap Oboro for a second blue, and you can play blue spells. You think about that? Huh? I thought about that. I've been playing this card for years, and I overpaid for this card too. Okay, next up, King Ginger with, what is this, the King Ginger Alpha Nerd show? So many of you guys super chatting here. All right, King Ginger with Informal Kieran. This Informant Kieran, informal something. Okay, I'm just gonna look up the Kieran, I guess. Infernal. That's what it is. Spell check your cards, people. Black, 2 generic for a 3/3 Kieran Spirit, flying. Whenever you play a Spirit or Arcane spell, target player reveals their hand and discards all cards with that spell's converted mana cost. Wow, they made some busted spirits back then. Anyone who's playing 5-color spirits in Commander must have a lot of fun. They got a card that can blow up everything in play. They got another card which swipes everything out of your hand, equal to converted mana cost. That's insane. You're likely to get something, but it's only target player, unfortunately. The permanent destruction affected all people. So for that reason, it's a free roll. It's like a 3/3 flyer for 4 mana. Not great, not terrible, but you get like the upside of ripping people's cards out of their hand. I like it. And you can buy the cards to rip out of people's hands at FusionGamingOnline.com. Not many spirits on Ixalan. Maybe some spirits in Doctor Who. Maybe some spirits in, I don't know. Maybe we have to go back to, what's it called? Ravnica or something for some spirits. Some juicy spirits to rip cards out of our opponent's hand. And this is the first place I go to get all my Magic the Gathering cards, and you can do the same thing as me by using coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases at FusionGamingOnline.com. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. The ability to play any format, anytime you want, including Commander. You always want to play Commander online against a bunch of random people you've never seen? Well, today you can do it by playing with Mana Traders. Renting with Mana Traders on Magic Online. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_1JV. All right, back to supremely legendary cards. So one thing we can say about this set is it is legendary. I gotta have that, like, I need the sound effect more available to me. Okay, that was... Okay, what's next? Let's get one from Tyr. Curtain of Light. Welcome, Tyr. You have a very cute avatar. We have a white 1 generic instant. Target attacking unblocked creature becomes blocked. What? And we draw a card. We get to draw a card out of the deal. I understand that part. Target attacking unblocked creature becomes... Oh, so, like... This just says, like, prevent the damage, right? And maybe if, like, the card triggers upon being blocked, it is blocked. It got blocked by the invisible wall. You can't beat me. I got invisible wall in front of me. Invisible wall. Oh, it just says Curtain of Light. Not quite invisible. Very bright wall, I guess. It was blinding. It deals no damage without trample? That's right. Oh, that's the deal. Yeah, the invisible wall still gets trampled over. How does that work? Great question. I honestly don't even know. Stops ninjutsu? Oh! It was the counter to ninjutsu. You thought you returned your creature back to your hand. You thought you could slide that creature past my defenses. But little did you know that I have the Curtain of Light, which says your attacking unblocked creature becomes blocked anyway. Screw your ninjutsu. Screw the ninjas. Yeah, it's a nope. It's a ninja nope. They don't like the Curtain of Light. They don't like being seen, period. It's supposed to be quiet and unseen like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hey, Alpha Nerd. What's up? Eternal Dominion? Eternal Dominion is a very expensive card. This is 10 mana. It's a sorcery. Search target opponent's library for an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card. Put that card into play under your control. Then that player shuffles their library, and it has epic. That is an epic card. It's bribery every single turn, but you can get anything. This card's insane. The only thing holding it back is that it is 10 mana, but it's wild. Like, why do I even need to play anything off the top of my deck when I have epic? I can just play all your stuff. Pretty insane card. Anyway, I like it. Even though I've never seen this, never heard of it. It's $2. I think it's underrated. Step 1. I was about to say, like, enter the infinite. But no, that doesn't really go with this card. Even Omniscience doesn't even make any sense. Because if you have Omniscience, why do you need to play Eternal? You can play anything from your deck. Okay, we got Xavier. I'm head scratching this one. Sasaya Orochi. Sasaya Orochi Ascendant. Can someone tell me a combo for it? What, you want the coffee crew to tell you how to make a combo out of Sasaya Orochi? The 3 mana 2/3, which makes you reveal your hand. If you have 7 or more land cards in your hand, flip it. And it flips into Sasaya's Essence, and whenever a land you control is tapped for mana, add 1 mana of that type to your mana pool for each other land you control with the same name. I have no idea. I was thinking, like, 99 land deck. But, like, then you have nothing to spend this mana on. Absolutely nothing. Do the other 2 Kamigawa sets eventually. We did one already. Sorry, we did both already. Wink, wink. Wink. I am talking to future coffee crew from the past. We did both. We did both. You see, I'm winking. People watching this on the replay will understand. People watching live do not. Okay, next up, let's look at Alpha Nerd's, what's it called? Kaho? The hell is a Kaho? It's a Minamo Historian. All right, we got Kaho. It is a blue 2 generic 2/2 human wizard. Comes into play, search your library for up to 3 instant cards, remove them from the game, then shuffle your library. Pay X, tap, you may play a card with converted mana cost X. Remove from the game with Kaho without paying its mana cost. Does it remember the cards exiled with Kaho? So if, like, this is my commander, I play the commander, ETB, get the exiled cards. You kill my Kaho, goes back to the command zone, I replay Kaho. Does it remember the cards I exiled before, so I can just accumulate that over and over again? Like, if that's true, this card is great. If it doesn't remember, I don't know, this card's a little mediocre because the summoning sickness is what's going to do it in. But at some point, no, it doesn't remember. It forgets. Well, then, to the trash with this card. If it could remember, this card could be fire because you repeatedly play it over and over again. You keep getting more instants and more instants and more instants. Although you might, the odds of flooding will go up significantly, which is bad. But who cares? We got Kaden with Nikachu plus Chuck Lee equals deformed offspring. Deformed. I don't know what I have to do with anything here. Deformed offspring. I'm assuming this is not a card. You must be making fun of me. Don't worry, I take a beating all the time from my own comment section. Okay, we got Ree with the Inner Fire. Okay, we got a red 3 generic sorcery. Someone in a diaper, I think. Sorcery, add red to your mana pool for each card in your hand. They tried to incentivize. This is a weird set. They try to incentivize you to have a full grip of cards, but also to punish you if you had a full grip of cards. So what do you want? You want 7 cards in hand, or you do not want 7 cards in hand? How the hell do you even achieve that in a red deck? Anyway. It actually seems pretty... In a combo deck, this could be great. Because there's a lot of combo decks that will, when they're going off, they're going to have a lot of mana, they're going to have a lot of cards in hand, and this is just like the one ritual to rule them all. So it looks actually quite... It looks like in the right deck, it could be quite strong. Next up, we got Chen Fred with the Ashes of the Fallen. It is a 2-mana artifact. As Ashes of the Fallen come to play, choose a creature type. Each creature card in your graveyard has the chosen creature type in addition to its other types. What does that mean? You're like going to turn everything into a zombie? Each creature card in your graveyard has the... And you like return all the zombies from the graveyard to the battlefield. I have no idea how you use this. Huh. What is the purpose of this card? I'm sure it does something. I just don't... It's just probably like a very dirtily card in my opinion. It's a unique effect. I'll give it that. But I have no idea how you use this. Ale with the Scroll of Origins. Is it related to the Scroll of Truth? Scroll of Origins, a 2-mana artifact. Pay 2, tap. Draw a card if you have 7 or more cards in hand. Greedy! So greedy! This is... So what is this? Library of Alexandria, the artifact? Effectively. I'm not going to do the Arayo because I saw it's a super chat. It's coming from radio later. I don't want to... I don't want to snipe the super chat when I know it's coming. Yeah, I guess this is... I don't know. I guess it's an interesting card. We all know that, like, Library of apparently Library of Alexandria is broken. It's banned in Commander for some reason. So the Scroll of Origins can't be that. Well, the only problem is Scroll of Origins, you have to pay 2. Oh, well, you pay 2 then. Yeah, 4 mana and have to have 7 cards. That's easy enough. Draw a card for the turn. That's 8 cards. Play a land. Pass. Draw a card. 8th card. Play a land. Play Scroll of Origins. Now you're at 6, but then you draw to 7, and boom, you can activate it immediately. The Super Library. That's right. Okay, we got Hermie with Homura. Human Ascendant. I love these flip cards. They are my absolute favorite. I wish they brought this back instead of the, like, the cards that turn over, the double-sided cards. You know what? They didn't really do it for me. I don't like turning my cards inside out, taking them out of the sleeve. But this whole turning the card just... That's totally fine with me. Even better than the split cards. Okay, we have a red, 4 generic, 4/4. Homura. Can't block. Oh, well, that sucks. When Homura is put into a graveyard from play, return it to play flip. So we want our Homura to die, but we can't block with it to activate it. And then it turns into Homura's Essence. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and have flying. And they're basically a dragon because they have fire breathing for a red. This card seems like a real hassle to get online. Does not seem that good, to be honest. Jade says, Library of Alexandria is so insanely fine for nowadays Eternal. You know what? I agree. Barely sees play in Vintage. That should be the litmus test for Commander. Look, it doesn't even see play in Vintage, for crying out loud. I mean, surely, it definitely will see play in Commander, but I don't think it's broken. Johnny! What do you got for us, Johnny? The Never-Ending Torment. The Never-Ending Torment. It's a black 4 generic sorcery. Search target player's library for X cards, where X is the number of cards in your hand, and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their library. Search target player's X cards, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Oh, so you will not be playing anything for the rest of the game because of Epic. This doesn't seem good. Like, you're just going to remove cards from people's decks forever? Like, how do you add to the board? Seems like a death sentence type of card. Okay, we got... I love this block, but not my favorite, but my third favorite. Your third favorite block! It's not my first, it's not my second, it's your third favorite. Turiat with Miko Koro. Okay, we got a legendary land. Tap, add a colorless. Pay 2, tap, each player draws a card. Actually combos... Hold on, let's look at the original one. Center of the Sea, Eye of the World, Shrine of Enlightenment. Seek it for answers. Seek it for healing. Seek it and return transformed. Also transforms your opponents. Basically, everyone gets to draw a card. Look, everyone, I'm bringing the bacon. I brought enough pie for everybody. It's a nasty combo with Narset, by the way. Narset's saying you can't draw more than 1 card each turn. So basically, yeah, your opponent draws a card for the turn, and then Miko Koro them. But I guess in Commander it would only hit 1 person. In one-on-one, it's insane. It was really cool. I love the card. Epic was garbage, says Hermie. Imagine using it in Two-Headed Giant. LOL, your partner... Do you play a lot of Two-Headed Giant? I don't think that's a format a lot of people build around, but hey, I mean, it is a format. It's possible. Radio plans with Ireo. Unban Ireo, I say, is fun and fair. I totally agree. Could not agree more. Ireo for 2024 unban. It's a blue, 1 generic, 1/1 flying creature. When the 4th spell of a turn is played, you flip Ireo's Soratami Ascendant, and it becomes Ireo's Essence. Counter the first spell played by each opponent each turn. And we've got Laboratory Maniac. Sorry, not Laboratory. Arcane Laboratory in play, which says you can only play 1 spell a turn. Basically, you are playing no spells a turn. I guess that's why it's banned, but I don't care. Look, play uncountable cards, people. Play, don't let me play more than 4 spells in 1 turn. Don't let it flip. You don't need to let it flip. Counter the flip thing. Kill it. It's a creature. It's a 1/1 for crying out loud. Just kill it. Anyway. Probably the best card of the set. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, okay. I mean, at danger. I'm not going to lie. This card, at danger. I don't know. That's a good question. What is the best card in the set? This card doesn't see any, like, competitive play. Like, it's just like it's like a really broken casual card. That's the way I see it. It's not even clear to me that this would see playing competitive Commander. Like, maybe. I mean, I guess so. It is a legendary creature, so I guess you could make it. I guess this could be a good banned as commander card. But if it's something you drew, it'd be like just stone cold garbage. Immediately flip Runetail Kitsune attendant EDH gold. What was the Runetail? Runetail. This is the 3-mana 2/2. When you have when you have 30 or more life, flip Runetail Kitsune Ascendant. Look at the legendary commander that you can flip instantaneously. You've activated my trap card commander format. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt. Oh, your creatures are basically invincible in the exchange of losing your commander. Oh well, but they are invincible. Was that from you, Toad? You like super chatability? Oh no, okay. I keep forgetting you, Toads, and Alpha Nerd have very similar looking avatars from very far away. It's like donating so much and you're still trying to get in the freebie section. Oh my goodness. Okay, Alpha Nerd. Shifting borders. Strange, but has potential. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Okay, we have a blue 3 generic instant. Exchange control of 2 target lands. It is strange. It has potential. Just 2 target lands. We do the old switcheroo. It's instant speed. Is it really worth that much? Do I really want to steal your Gaia's Cradle that bad? What are we swapping with this card? And like, what, you're going to give them a basic land, right? Or you could give them... Is there any ticking time bomb that you can give them in a land? I don't know. Probably... Maybe there's some untapped potential to this card. I don't even know. Maybe there's some untapped potential. This is why you guys gotta have usernames in a foreign language. That way it doesn't confuse you for someone else. Well, I mean, no, the main thing is the avatar. The avatars need to be distinct. Toads' avatar, for some reason, at least from my perspective, it looks the same as Alpha Nerd's avatar. You see how, like, the dark and light areas of the avatar, they're like... Anyway, it messes with my head. Sorrow's Path. Well, I mean, they could use it against you. They could use it against you, Toads. Okay, we got Immortal the Pharaoh. Name as 1. Or is it Iname? Oh, it's Iname as 1. The green, black, 8 generic 8/8 spirit. When it comes into play, if you played it from your hand, you may search your library for a spirit card and put it into play, then shuffle your library. When Iname as 1 is put into a graveyard from play, you may remove it from the game. If you do, return target spirit card from your graveyard to play. I mean, it's good value. But goddamn, it's like 12 mana. Like, you know, like, if your card is 12 mana, it should just win the damn game. So, I mean, they should just start printing cards like that. 12 mana, you win the game. What do you think is enough mana that says that someone should win the game? Like, I don't know, 50, 100? It's like an achievement unlocked if you have infinite mana. Like, infinite mana is basically you win the game anyway, right? I wonder, like, what is the limit? That is, it should just, the card just says you win the game. Pack it up. Play another one. Name Iname as 1 is a good recommendation. Oh yeah, that's all yours. You gotta play it from your hand to get the ability though. Although it looks like you could cheat it and play, and then if it dies, you return target spirit card from your graveyard to play anyway. 15 like Emrakul? Yeah, I guess that's how they judged Emrakul. That is how they judged Emrakul. Yeah, good luck building around it. Christopher B with Goryo's Vengeance. This has created many combo decks. The black 1 generic instant. Return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to play. That creature gains haste. Remove it from the game at end of turn. So a lot of people ask, how on earth do I reanimate my Emrakul? We were just talking about that Emrakul. Emrakul has this weird ability. Maybe it's not that weird. That when it hits the graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles their graveyard into their library. So, like, it doesn't stick there. You can't reanimate it until you think about Goryo's Vengeance, because it's an instant. So with the Emrakul trigger on the stack, you play this, and then you return target legendary creature, which is Emrakul, from your graveyard to play. Gains haste. Remove it from the game at end of turn. But you only need it for 1 turn. You smack your opponent for like 15 damage, and they lost all their cards. Oh, it's the wrong set? Damn it. Christopher B. No. Footsteps, not... Oh, Goryo's footsteps. Goryo's footsteps. Well, I just looked stupid for too long. That's okay. Footsteps. Footsteps of Goryo. Come on, let's look up footsteps. Footsteps of Goryo. Who screwed up? Was it me or you? I want to see. Goryo's Vengeance, but worse. Oh, you said Goryo's Vengeance. I thought you should front load the card that we are really looking at. I got confused. Okay. Everyone's panicking in chat. Don't worry, we now have control of the ship. The ship is moving in the right direction, and it's not sinking anymore. We have a black 2 generic, Footsteps of the Goryo. Return to a creature card from your graveyard to play. Sacrifice that creature at end of turn. It is very sad, actually. Very, very sad. Not quite the Goryo's Vengeance that we once knew. It's not unplayable, but it's not very good. Actually, hold on, no, it's terrible. Do you know what? I take it back. This card is an abomination. It doesn't have haste. You have to sack it at end of turn. It's only good for ETBs. No, I don't like it. You know what? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Lord Trevor, one of my favorite cards from the set is Sasaya Orochi. We did that one. It's a flip card. One flip becomes a mana flare on steroids. Absolutely. Pretty sure we saw Sasaya. Did we just do that a few minutes ago? Yeah, we were asked, like, how do you break that card? So how do you break that card, Lord Trevor? What is your plan? The coffee crew needs to know. They absolutely need to know. Okay, let's go with Alpha Nerd's Trusted Advisor. Surprisingly strong. Okay, we have a blue 1/2 human advisor. Your maximum hand size is increased by 2. Why do we... Like, Reliquary Tower gives me an unlimited hand size. Okay, at the beginning... It's like they're charging me for something I can get free somewhere else. Okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, return a blue creature you control to its owner's hand. Why? This is terrible. And like, if I play this early, it'll just return itself. It'll just never stick to the battlefield. You say it's surprisingly strong. I guess if you build around it, but it doesn't look very exciting to me. Looks like more of a liability than anything else. Christopher B. Reminder everyone, the Kamigawa cycle is among the most peak pieces of MTG fiction, and if you care about lore at all, you should read it. Oh, yeah, that's good to know. I don't know where to find that lore these days. They need to make a movie. Where's the movie? Where's our anime? Where's our anime? Where's our movie? Where's our Netflix special? We got really screwed on that. Okay, the Jaded. Moldrifter go burr. Oh, is this the origin of Moldrifter? Is this the origin of Convoke? It is not, actually. Oh, are you talking about that other card? Oh, I get it. You're talking about, what's it called? Trusted Advisor? At the beginning of your upkeep, return a blue creature. I don't know how that combos with Moldrifter. I guess you bring Moldrifter back and forth for 5 mana. I guess that's possible. Well, it's a very expensive that's 5 mana for 2 cards every damn turn. Okay, next super chat from Alpha Nerd. Also, Choice of Damnations. Oh, we did that one. So, you know what? You know the deal, Alpha Nerd. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Sometimes your super chats go through, sometimes they bounce back. Golden Refrigerator, Ether Shock. One of these is much better than the other. Okay, Ether Shock. You mean, like, is it a reference to actual shock? White 3 generic instant. Choose one. Tap all spirits or tap all non-spirit creatures. That is very true. One of them is a lot better than the other, especially outside the block of Kamigawa. Tap all non-spirit creatures. We got to put that in the spirit deck. That's busted in the spirit deck. Next up, let's get... Sasaya is seriously underrated. Gotta make it the deck tech. Gotta make the deck tech. Oh, never mind Savior. We're doing Saviors. That's correct. Don't make me look stupid again. I don't think Azusa is Saviors. Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, that's right. What happens in that Netflix special? It's like everything else with Wizards of the Coast. When it doesn't go through, they just don't talk about it anymore. They just pretend we completely forgot about it. Okay, the Immortal, the Pharaoh with Celestial Kirin. Celestial Kirin. Oh, we did that one. It's insane. Does anyone have anything new? We're at the point you gotta start mentioning like tons of garbage cards. Ashes of the Fallen from Waking Dead. Oh, we did that one too. God damn, this is difficult. Okay, I'm gonna go through some super chats because otherwise they're probably the super chatters are gonna get super screwed around here. Okay, Arethusa, we got Death of 1,000 Stings. That's original. Thank you so much, Arethusa. Death of 1,000 Stings. It's a black 4 generic instant. Target player loses 1 life, but you gain 1 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have more cards in hand than everyone else, you may return Death of 1,000 Stings from your graveyard to your hand. This is terrible. 5 mana to ping people for 1. It's a wicked picture. Look at this. Her arms are like a dragon. The tail on one side, the dragon head on the other side. This is an insane picture. Scott M. Fisher, you've outdone yourself. Absolutely outdone yourself. Next up, we've got KenCon. Got to keep referencing my cheat sheet over here. With the Nat Miser. I swear we've seen it because I want to hear you say Nat. Do I have to say the N? Is there a little G in there? I think it's just Nat though. Okay, it is a black 1/1 Rat Shaman. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 1. Man, what's the limited environment that this worked in? It's like, all right, I want to increase my hand size. I want to decrease your hand size. Your hand size is too big, you take damage. Your hand size is too small, you get screwed. What a weird block. Okay, Brandon Hall with Iname has 1, or if sniped, the Measure of the Wickedness. Thank you for giving your backup, Brandon Hall. Okay, we got a black 3 generic enchantment at the end of your turn. Sacrifice Measure of Wickedness, and you lose 8 life. Okay, well, where's the upside? Whenever another card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, target opponent gains control of Measure of Wickedness. Oh, okay. So basically the idea is play this thing, sack something, donate it, because that's what it naturally does. And then at the end of their turn, they lose 8 life. This isn't a whole lot of life for Commander, though. So I'm just going to say this is a little bit of a dud. They'll just be like, all right, I'll take it, bro. I can take 8 to the face. I know how to take 8. Okay, we got Alpha Nerd with Nat and Locust Miser. What happens when the hand size is 0? Okay, we just looked at Nat. Let's look at the Locust Miser. Locust. Is a black 2 generic 2/2. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 2. So first by 1, now by 2. So basically what? We're now at 4? Each opponent's maximum hand size reduced, but we can just keep reducing the hand size. By the way, oh, does Reliquary Tower just like defeat all these cards? Yeah, you can reduce everyone's hand size as much as you want. Like Reliquary Tower says I can have infinite cards. Infinite -2 is still basically infinite. I guess it's still infinite -2 or whatever. Steve Cooper with the Blood Cloak and a donation for chat. Blood Clock. It is a 4-mana artifact. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player returns a permanent they control to their hand unless they pay 2 life. At the beginning of each player. That's not a big cost. They can just dome themselves for 2. But I guess the idea is it gives you the option to bounce stuff. This is actually a really cool card. It also gives everyone the option to like bounce ETBs and really create a chaotic game. Yeah, Reliquary Tower beats everything. Reliquary Tower beats everything. Okay, let's move between you guys. We got Terror with the Rally the Horde. 6 mana. Sorcery, remove the top 3 cards of your library from the game. If the last card removed isn't a land, repeat this process until the last card removed is a land. Put a 1/1 red warrior creature token into play for each non-land card removed from the game this way. This is random. Like, you could go over a bunch of... You could hit a land immediately and get absolutely bubkiss, or you can hit a bunch of non-lands. Either way, I don't think this card is going to be very good. Next super chat coming from Alpha Nerd, of course. The Never-Ending Torment. Did we do this one? Yeah, it was terrible. Stone Cold trash card. Target play. It's a awful card. Anyway, you got sniped, Alpha Nerd. You're pretty used to it. You donate so many times. We'll give it to Ree with the Overwhelming Intellect. Overwhelming Intellect. Another big brain card for the big brain players out there. It's a 6 mana instant. Counter target spell. Sorry, counter target creature spell. Draw cards equal that spell's converted mana cost. This is great! I like this card. Like, especially late in the game, you just refill your hand with cards. It's like, you gotta play like Battle Cruiser Casual Commander, but this card looks amazing in that format. Just don't play, you gotta have like, I don't know, power. No one's gotta play combo decks. Nora's like, my brain hurt. Your brain will hurt when you get hit by the Overwhelming Intellect. I am the smartest person in the room. Said no smartest person in the room ever. I remember, I can't remember. It's like a saying from like Stephen Hawking or something. Something to the effect of like, the one thing I never brag about is my IQ or something like that. Like actual smart people never brag about how smart they are. It's not like it's not like you heard Einstein or Stephen Hawking say, "I am so smart, everyone. I am the smarty pants of the world. Listen to me." No, I think, but I sometimes sound like that in the merfolk community. Moving on, we've got King Ginger's Thoughts of Ruin. Gonna ruin your thoughts. Clown card, apparently. Red, 2 generic sorcery. Each player sacks a land for each card in my hand, though. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got 6. You don't even need to have many cards, actually. 4 cards in hand is enough to like just devastate your opponents. I'm gonna say this is a good card. Oh no, but you also have to sack your own lands. Well, whatever, you're just gonna play it because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. It was all part of the plan. Thinking a little too hard, are we? It's possible. Yeah, only creatures, but like, what are you gonna win the game with? You gotta win with creatures, with the Overwhelming Intellect. It's totally fine. Bruno says, people who boast about their IQ are losers. Oh, is that what he said? Yeah. I think, yeah, maybe that's what Stephen Hawking said. I guess he was more blunt about it. Maybe I heard a similar saying from somebody else. Yeah, people who boast about their IQs are losers. Unless I am the Overwhelming Intellect. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, people still thinking communism ever worked in 2023 have families that always profited or are just insanely history blind and otherwise lost. I don't know where the hell that came from. But there's some conversation happening in here that I don't know about. Okay, what's the next? What are we looking at? I don't know if I can do a Yumi Christopher B because this is Alpha Nerd's next super chat. I'm not gonna do a Yumi. How about the White Knight and the Black Knight from... There's a White Knight and Black... Hand of Honor? Let's do one. Hand of Honor! Come back at you for the other one. Got a white 2/2. Protection from black. Oh, it's like... It's just White Knight, but with Bushido instead of First Strike. So whenever it blocks or becomes block, it gets... It's a 3/3. I guess it's effectively this... No, it's not exactly effectively the same thing, because, First strike creatures can defeat a ball lightning. This thing is not going to defeat a ball lightning. Okay, next up, Alpha Nerds Ayumi. The last visitor, but is certainly not the last super chat. It's a green, 3 generic, 7/3 spirit. Legendary Landwalk. Now that is a Landwalk. I thought I heard everything. This looks like an AI generated card. Like if you showed this to me and gave me like a screwed up like set symbol and replaced the image with something else, and then you like gave me a challenge like, Nikachu, is this AI generated or is this a real card? I would not pass that test. I would just assume this is straight up an AI generated card. I've gone like 20 years of playing Magic the Gathering and I never heard of a Yumi who gives legendary Landwalk. Get out of here. Anyway. Next super chat we got from Xavier. A very fine day to see you as well. The Pain's Reward. Commander equals bid, bid, bid. Can't remember if we did this one or not. Maybe not. Okay, we got a black 2 generic sorcery. You bid any amount of life. In turn order. Each player may top the high bid. The bidding ends if the high bid stands. The high bidder loses life equal to the high bid and draws 4 cards. You bid any amount of life in turn order. It's one of those cards I gotta read 3 damn times. Each player may top the high bid. Okay, I pay 5. Someone can pay 6. The bidding ends if the high bid stands. So someone paid 20. The high bidder loses life equal to the high bid and draws 4 cards. So anyone who bids the most life loses the life and they get cards. It's my best way to interpret these cards. I gotta create some actual scenario in the game. Okay, who else do we have here? Mike asks, what's the lore behind being able to pass through especially legendary lands on block? Yeah, I know. Exactly. Someone's asking the real questions here. How does that make even any sense? Oh, Avatar of Woe with Seki. Is it Seki from this set? It is. Seki's Season's Guide. One of the best combo cards out there. It's a green, 5 generic, 0/0. Comes into play with like 8 +1/+1 counters. Damage dealt to Seki, you prevent the damage, remove counters, and you create 1/1s. And also you can sack 8 spirits, the 1/1 spirits that you make, and you can return Seki from your graveyard to play. So you can get like a system going on where you can deal damage to Seki. How does the combo work? There's a few combos with Seki. They all have to do with dealing damage to itself somehow. No, something else deals damage to it. You make the tokens. I don't know. I don't remember. You guys know the combos? You can always let me know in the comment section below. Let's... Oh, Jess has Intercom. Outer Strength. B1. This sounds like a very... something like my yoga videos would say. We have a green 2 generic instant arcane. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. This is stone cold trash. Never play this. Pump spells, 2 thumbs down, especially for 3 mana. Especially when those creatures are not going to be that big. Okay, Roy says, Landwalk means it's a creature that lives in those lands. A normal inhabitant. Oh yeah, that's true. So it lives in the legendary. It likes to be attracted to famous cards. Okay, we got Zachary with a super chat. Enjoy watching your AI card reactions. Please do Thoughts of Ruin. You're welcome, Zachary. Welcome to the show. Oh, we did Thoughts of Ruin. I am very sorry. So not only are you a first-time super chatter, you are the first time getting sniped. It's a 4-mana sorcery. Each player sacks lands for each card in your hand. But we did do it already? Well, we did it again just for you. But we will donate the super chat to... Looks like Tara is giving us cards that we haven't looked at. Nico Ona. That's what you get when you suggest cards that we haven't done yet. We're going to look at your cards. Crazy great. Look at that picture. Love it. I'm in love. All right, we have a white 2 generic 2/2 spirit When Nico Ona comes into play, destroy target enchantment. That's great. What's wrong with this? Whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, you may return Nico Ona to its owner's hand. This card's incredible! Does anyone even know this card exists? There's literally so many cards that are like 3 mana, 2/2, destroy an enchantment. And you can play this over and over and over again. Now, I'll say it's a little bit narrow. It's got to be a spirit or arcane spell. But you will have like at least a few spirits in your deck. You don't even need to be dedicated in spirits. There's a cycle of these. This card is bonkers. I guess if you're a spirit player, you absolutely have to play this card. Or if your commander is a spirit, then you might as well play this card. Anyway, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. We got radio. Video killed the radio star. They should do an adaptation of that where it's internet killed the video star. Okay, we have Reki, the history of Kamigawa for legendary matters. The history! Oh, yeah. I thought you were just talking about the history of Kamigawa. It's literally the card. The history of Kamigawa in one human being. I'm surprised it's a human shaman. What is it? You're like a librarian. Okay, it's a green 2 generic 1/2. Whenever you play a legendary spell, you draw a card. Learn the ways of the legendary. Get rewarded by the legendary. Reki means history. True story. Plasma Banana says, really? But what if your opponent is just playing artifacts and no enchantments? Well, then you screwed. But come on. Someone's going to play some enchantments. Somebody at the table has a damn enchantment. Who's playing enchantmentless decks in 2024? Come on. There's always one enchantment you can destroy. It's called Ristic Study. It's got Nico Ona's name on it. You see this blue around here? That's her blowing up the Ristic Study. Not gonna study around me, that's for sure. Okay, next up, we got the Dancing Odie. Here's your ransom money, Nikachu. Just release my family. You're welcome. I will do that. So for $10, we will donate that to 2 people in the super chat. Thank you very much, Dancing Odie. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Okay, we got Jay with the Ether Shockwave. By the way, Jay, we're doing these at 8 p.m. for this week, so this week while supplies last. Okay, we have, oh yeah, we did this one already. This one was tap all spirits or tap all non-spirit creatures. Okay, Raphael, Curtain of Light. Oh, we did that one as well. Yeah, remember that one. That was a really weird card. Block the unblocked creature. Ale with Glitter Fang. It pays to be here early. It's a red 1/1 spear with haste. At end of turn, return Glitter Fang to its owner's hand. Why? Uh-oh. Okay, good. Haste at end of turn, return. This is just like... It's like a raging goblin. I can't even get to stick on this damn thing. It's awful. Garbage card. Yeah, mostly remember Yuki Onna. That's what everyone needs to know. Yuki Onna. The answer to life, Yuki Onna. Okay, Ree with Promise of Bunri. Promise of Bunri, a white 2 generic enchantment. Whenever a... Oh, let's see the original scripture. Whenever a creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, sacrifice Promise of Bunri. If you do, put 4 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens into play. No. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it, that's for sure. Not feeling this card. Okay, we got Steve Cooper, always in the house. Thank you very much, Steve Cooper. Hidetsugu's Second Right. This and Soren Markov's -3 dangers. Donation for chat. All right, hold on. Hidetsugu's... Oh, is this the set of Hidetsugu's Second Right? It is! Okay, so if you're at exactly 10 life, you are going to be absolutely screwed when you see the Hidetsugu Second Right. For formatted, it's an instant. If target player has an exactly 10 life, it will deal 10 damage to that player. Yeah, I guess it is a combo with Soren Markov's -3. So to put someone at exactly 10 life, right? And also Steve Cooper donates to chat because Steve Cooper always thinks about the coffee crew. Or at least at this time of the night, the hot cocoa crew. Okay, Dreadus. Bunry is good if you think you're going to get wrathed. So it's like insurance? You're talking about this last card, right? So it's insurance against a wrath effect. Well, you know, I try to be a little bit more optimistic than that. Okay. We got one super chat from Steve Cooper. Who's going to get it? Tietna says, return to hand, end of turn is great. What, for like your ETB deck or something from the Glitterfang? Oh, you don't even need to attack with it. Yeah, you could just pay a red. It enters the battlefield. You just bounce it back. Okay, I guess there's a world where people will play Glitterfang. I still don't like it. Okay, King Ginger trying to get pure intentions on here. Pure intentions. It is a white instant arcane. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard cards this turn, return those cards from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard pure intentions, return pure intentions from your graveyard to your hand at end of turn. Then like what are you gonna do? Like, is this like the mind twist counter or something? The counter to the mind twist? Because otherwise, just let your cards get discarded. You're literally discarding a card. I mean, I guess it saves your cards, but you're spending a card to save the cards from your hand. Just play like an actual counter spell. I mean, I guess it's white hand discard protection, but I'm not particularly impressed. All right, we got Zachary. Thank you very much for your super chat. Ikuta Matata. Born of Ash. Is / Skull Collector, just in case this was taken. Okay, we have a black 2 generic 3/2 Spirit Haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have more cards in hand than each opponent, you may sacrifice a swamp. If you do, return Akuta Born of Ash from your graveyard to play. Wow! So it's like, it's literally the, what's it called? Arclight Phoenix of the time, right? It's a 4 mana, 3/2 hasting creature that can come back from the graveyard with some restrictions required. And we got Dancing Odie. Huge super chat. I only catch the night streams. I always give you money because I get a lot of enjoyment from your content and yelling at my phone on break during the replays because you mispronounce something. Great stuff. I mispronounce things. I read things wrong. I interpret things wrong. I give the wrong rules. Everyone uses me as a way to engage in the comment section. Everyone is a genius in the comment section. I am a fool live. All right, with that 10, we will give 2 more super chats out. Let's give one to Mario with reverence, because I don't think that one was done yet. We're probably running at the bottom of the barrel of this set. But, you know, not many cards, but people love Saviors of Kamigawa. We have a white 2 generic enchantment. Creatures with power 2 or less can't attack you. Isn't this just like some sort of meek stone? So creatures power 2 or less can't attack you. That's great. It's like, it's moat at home. But, you know, honestly, it's going to actually deal with a lot of creatures. Moat at home, people. Even better yet, actually stops flyers. And a lot of flyers only have 2 power. Yeah, how dare I be human? Oh, you have no idea how often it's like, you're supposed to be a competitive player that knows the game, and I can't believe how few mechanics you even know about this game, and how few combos. You don't even know what Commander is. You're right, I don't know what Commander is. Okay, we also have with, show I didn't most often mispronounced card names from childhood, but I'll have no idea what those cards are. Because I still think that they're mispronounced the way I mispronounce them. Mana Traders is looking forward to Enduring Ideal. They say it's fair and balanced. I guess so. Okay, next we will give Ale Lion, Ivory Crane, Netsuke. Oh no, didn't we do this one? Ivory Crane? Maybe we didn't do Ivory Crane. Beginning of your upkeep, if you have 7 more cards in your hand, you gain 4 life. This is god-awful. I have to do nothing to gain a whole 4 life. That is garbage. Pure, absolute garbage. This is not a real card. The Pissing Needle. I don't think that is a real card. Toads, Undying Flames. the flip side of the out. Is there a hold on? There's this. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Undying Flames, a red 4 generic. Remove cards from the top of your library from the game until you remove a non-land card. Deals damage to target creature or player equal to that card's converted mana cost. Remove. Okay, hold on until you. Oh, so it's like Cascade into a non-land, and we blast someone, hopefully for a ton of damage. But we could also hit like a 1 mana card, and then we just spent like 6 mana on this thing. Oh, but it has Epic. Okay, so maybe I don't know. 1-on-1, maybe this is okay. Otherwise, this is awkward. It's just supremely awkward. Maybe you're just rolling the dice. Maybe the dice will be good. Maybe the dice will be bad. Toad says it's crap. Okay. That's good enough for me, fellas. That's good enough for me. We got another one from Dancing Odie. If I keep giving you $2, you have to keep streaming. That is correct. But when the super chats run out, the stream runs out. Have you really never been here? Or have I always seen you in the comments section? I do feel like, Odie, you're always around, but maybe I just recognize you from the comments section. So you tutor into it and play big stuff? You can't play anything after that, because Epic says, for the rest of the game, you can't play spells. At the beginning of each of your upkeeps, copy the spell except its epic ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. So basically, you're just playing Undying Flames for the rest of the game. Stranger Candy with Dense Canopy. It's a green. Oh, no, we did that one. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, Christopher B has the infamous misprint of Oboro Envoy. So, hold on, what? This has a misprint? So it's a blue 3 generic 1/3 Moonfolk Wizard. They had Moonfolk? How do we not get that many Moonfolk? Oh, yeah, we had, no, we had Ureo. That was the one notable Moonfolk. I just kept looking out for them. Moonfolk. It's got flying. Pay 2. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature gets -X/-0, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Pay 2. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature gets... How is this a misprint? Or a typo? Anyway, this card is just atrocious. Like, even for the landfall players, this is not worth it, in my opinion. Steve Cooper, we've got Masumaru, First Love, and a donation to chat. Masumaru. First to live. Green, 3 generic for a star spirit. Masumaru! First to live's power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. It's like, okay, but it's generally just a big generic creature. So, there is a world where maybe you drew like 1,000,000 cards for the turn. You have like 20 cards in hand, you smack someone for like 20 damage, but like, it's not particularly likely. I don't think this is going to be played in the draw a bunch of cards deck, if you know what I mean. Okay, we did this one. So the problem is some of you guys are... I'm sorry if it looks like I'm ignoring some of you, but you've mentioned a bunch of cards we've already looked at before. I don't think we did this one. I don't think we've seen Seek the Horizon. You gotta go to the bottom of the barrel, people. The bottom of the barrel. We got a green 3 generic sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your library. This card's 3 basic land cards? No, that's terrible. If I put one of them on the battlefield, I could get behind that, but 3 cards? For 4 mana, I mean, you're basically drawing 3 lands for 4 mana. There are better things to go get, in my opinion. Dancing Odie, keeping the show going. Catch late night. I catch night live streams. I see every replay, though. This is what the nighttime stream was for the people who have never been part of a nighttime, or never been part of a stream before. Hits that time zone just the right way. Is Azusa from this? No, I think Azusa's from the last one, right? Azusa? I misspelled that. Azusa. How do I spell Azusa? Azusa. Well, you spelled it for me. I'm an idiot. Pretty sure that is... No, that's Champions. Champions. Oh, she's saying Azusa. Oh, Azusa's in the picture. I could see it. Is that her crown or something? Is she a queen or princess of some sort? The Disney Princess of Wizards of the Coast. We need princesses. Okay, next up, we got Jay's Ashes of the Fallen. We did that one, damn. I don't know. Are we running out? Are we literally running out of cards? Seek the Horizon would be cool if it were instant or 1 mana. Yeah, actually, well, 1 mana less might be... 1 mana would probably... Yeah, 1 mana less would make it playable. Instant would make it maybe broken. As weird as that sounds. You could put that in a control deck. They would love to just end of turn. Oh, you do nothing? Or I'll just fill my hands with 3 basic lands. Thin my deck and, you know, you could brainstorm those lands away. Okay. Let's... Shahrazad is 1 princess for sure, yeah. We did do one with nothing. Okay, Dozen Oldest Chant. Dozen's Oldest Chant. We have a green 4 generic sorcery. You gain 6 life, which is not bad. And we draw a card. This is terrible, though. 5 mana card draw? Get out of here. Okay, we got Jacob Thud. Oh, the Hat Master. Donate. Let's question the hat in the art of the card. All right. We will judge. This will be worth... That was $5, so that's worth 2 super chats. All right, Christopher B went to the bottom of the barrel and found Shinin. The Shinin. Oh, this is just 1 card. Shinin blank. Oh, there's a lot of Shinins. Okay, let's see something that might have a hat on it. Okay, this one. Is that a hat? Whatever the hell that is. Blue 4 generic 3/3 spirit flying. Channel for a blue. Discard Shinin of Flight's wings. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. This is absolutely terrible. I'm going to assume this floating orb is not a hat. It might protect you a little bit from the sun, though. Okay, and then we have Ismail! Shinin of Fury's Fire. Oops. Oh, we're almost done. We're not done yet, though. Shinin of Fury's Fire. It's a red 2 generic 2/1 with haste. That means it's going to get busy in a second. When the Shinin of Fury's Fire hits the battlefield, it's already in the red zone. It was born in the red zone. That's why it's so red around here. Okay, it's got channel for red. Discard Shinin of Fury's Fire. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. Not in love with it. Not very playable. This is probably a fine draft card. I don't even know if it was a good draft card. It's a 2/1 creature for 3 mana. Even with haste, it like just doesn't outclass almost anything. The Kami are very weird people, aren't they? And with that, okay, that truly is the end of the show. We've gone to the bottom of the barrel of everything. There's barely any cards left. We basically saw the whole set for once. And if you want to be part of Coffee and MTG, you got to be here weekdays, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. And remember, until January 5th, we'll do a second show every evening, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a member on YouTube, a patron on Patreon, or you super chat to help contribute to the show, because that's what keeps me up every day. But you know what? The show is run by you guys, the Coffee Crew. So we gotta thank our Coffee Crew. We got Toads, Ismail, Dancing Odie, Balder showing up here in the middle of nowhere. Radio, Thought Police, we got Plasma, Tear, Jade, Christopher B, the Jaded, Toads124C, Avatar. How much money to see you play red? Very good question. Not much. Actually, hold on. I'm not for bribery at the moment. Maybe like $500. I'll play a red deck in some format. So thank you very much, my Coffee Crew, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my Coffee Crew, keep bringing up them coffees or hot cocoa, and we'll keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.